Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is the Star Wars Mega Haul show, the 5th episode. I don't think I've done one of these in over 2 months. I looked back at the playlist on the channel, and the last one I was able to muster was on like February 18th, and it is April 19th. So it's been over 2 months since I did one of these, so that's plenty of time for Star Wars stuff to pile up here. Just enough time to have a show's worth, I feel. Kind of slowing things down a little bit on the buying front, both Star Wars and non-Star Wars related. So, you know, rather than having an episode every month, it might be 2 months in between episodes like this, for me to have like enough that I feel like I can do a whole episode dedicated to Star Wars stuff. So that's why the delay happened, I guess. So, although Magic Lasso is making a good point in the chat that May 4th would be a good day to do the next one. I don't know if I'll even have a lot of stuff to show by then, but maybe I'll come up with some other fun idea for May the 4th, because that is, of course, the Star Wars holiday. So gotta do something. Gotta figure something out. And Bad Batch is coming out on that day, and I'm excited about that. Just from a Star Wars content standpoint. But we're going to get right into the haul, guys. Appreciate everybody, since I really told nobody about this one. Thank you, Magic Lassos. Starting with the jokes is, what side of an Ewok has the most hair? The outside. JP's in the house. What's up? I got an AOK from JP to show you in the first segment. So that'll be cool. Cookies in the house, just a little podcast. What's up? Good to see you, brother. Another one of the biggest Star Wars fans in our community. We got Sam I Am Comics. What's up, Sam? Another big Star Wars guy in the community. So appreciate all you Star Wars homies popping in here in the chat. Hopefully we can make this a smooth show and get up out of here. As you can see, I kind of have little bit of updates going on in the background. Some of the things I plan on showing are kind of sitting back there in the background, which is a change. I've never seen so many pops on my channel sitting there in the background, so that's kind of interesting. But we'll get right into it. And I took pictures of things that I can share on the screen and whatnot to make things easier to show. But let's get right into the first segment, and we're going to start with AOKs this time. So let's kick things off with AOKs. As I alluded to just moments earlier, JP Budget Collecting, who's in the chat, and of course somebody I collaborate with all the time on YouTube, hooked me up with a little mini Star Wars AOK care package, which was very cool of him to do. Yeah, and as it relates to the pops, I've only had them for like more than a year, to JP's point. And I'm only going to have time to show half of them, so I'll save some for the next episode. But, you know, that's my slow rollout plan for being a pop collector, which I'm really not. But what are you going to do? Anyway, back to the AOK. JP located, I think a couple months back, their Walmart had, you know, Marvel and Walmart were doing those like comic 3-pack things. And this is around the time when Star Wars The High Republic #1 was coming out, I think, maybe a couple weeks after that. But anyway, there was a Walmart comic 3-pack for Marvel, which included a exclusive Star Wars The High Republic #1 variant. I think it's a Luke Ross variant. And I don't have any Walmarts in my vicinity, just not part of my lifestyle here in NYC, going to Walmarts, let alone, you know, for normal things, let alone looking for comics. So he was able to snag an extra one for me and said, I got, you know, an extra one, so I'll just send it your way. And he left out the non-Star Wars comics, like, because like I don't even know what the non-Star Wars comics were in that 3-pack, if I'm honest. I already forgot those details. But what's up, Bake the Snake in the house? Good to see you, bro. So long story short, here's the variant cover from the 3-pack. Luke Ross cover. You got Skier, you got Keeve Trennis, and you got High Republic era Yoda on there. Pretty cool cover. Digging that variant. And of course, I've been buying a lot of the different, Star Wars High Republic variants and stuff like that. Kind of have a complete set so far, at least. JP saying they weren't even dollar books. Speaking of the other books that were in the Walmart 3-pack. That's not surprising, I guess. But here's the Star Wars The High Republic #1 variant. Dig that variant. Very, very cool of JP. And he went above and beyond just giving me the Walmart exclusive that I was looking for. He threw in some other cool stuff, starting with this hat. This is like the green and gold Jedi Knight logo from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, the video game, which I'm currently playing very unsuccessfully and slowly. But pretty cool. Always great to have an addition to the hat swag collection. And then he threw in a Star Wars Rebels era Ahsoka Tano Black Series figure. So this is actually, believe it or not, this is my first ever Black Series figure. So he threw that in there, which was awesome. Love Ahsoka. Seems to be in pretty nice shape. Don't know a ton about Black Series. It's probably the area of Star Wars figure collecting where I have the least amount of experience and knowledge, but this is my first, so I'm stoked to have a Black Series figure finally in the collection, and even cooler that it is Ahsoka to kick things off. So JP threw that in there, which is awesome as well. So you got the hat, you got the Ahsoka Black Series figure, you got the High Republic variant from the Walmart exclusive 3-pack. What's up, Sharon in the house? Sam AM says the Black Series figures always look pretty cool. Yeah, they have a cool look, especially the packaging too. And then he threw in, and I think this might be an exclusive debut of original art from JP's Budget Collecting. He threw in his own version of a Ahsoka Tano sketch right there, signed. I'm assuming that says Jason and his last name. But there's JP's attempt at an Ahsoka sketch. I put the note that he threw in with the whole package on the back, and I put it in this top loader. So there you go. There's the JP AOK. Very Ahsoka Tano heavy between his sketch and the Black Series figure, but also the cool video game hat right here. So yeah, very, very cool little mini Star Wars gift package from my buddy JP. Appreciate that, bro. And thanks again for sending me that stuff. And you can correct people if I'm wrong, if that was a debut. Oh, he says, don't show the art. Sorry, I didn't even see that in the chat. But yeah, that would be a fine art for a 7-year-old right there. But anyway, awesome AOK. So wanted to start the show with that little group of stuff. Also wanted to make mention of some other recent AOKs that I've received that had Star Wars related items. I did videos on the channel for some of these, but this is the Star Wars show, so I wanted to quickly remind you of the cool Star Wars stuff that other people sent me recently. So this is just, I cut this off of of the packaging from Dave, Mr. Miracle, in the AOK that he sent me. He even put a sketch on the packaging on the outside. So of course I had to cut out that sketch and put it in its own bag and board, because it's a really cool little BB-8 sketch there from Mr. Miracle. So I really appreciated that. That was super cool. And he also did 2 Star Wars related original art sketches in that AOK. He did this Lando / Leonardo hybrid Ninja Turtle Jedi sketch cover, where he basically redid the Lando trade dress and turned it into Leonardo Jedi. And you've got Leonardo there with a lightsaber sword, which is pretty sweet. So I wanted to throw another plug at that gift from Miracle. And then he also threw in that Star Wars Darth Vader sketch on a Darth Vader #1 blank. So really cool Star Wars stuff in that AOK recently from Miracle as well. So wanted to give him a little bit of a plug. And then we got 36 Chambers in the house. What is up? And then finally, a couple weeks ago, I think I did an unboxing video for this with Comics for Blame. It was his first appearance on YouTube. He's more of an Instagrammer in the community, but somebody I talked to, and he hooked me up with this Marvel Super Special 16 CGC 9.2, which of course has the first time that the story of the first appearance of Boba Fett was printed prior to Star Wars 42 being printed in the United States comic market by Marvel. So for all intents and purposes, this is the first appearance of Boba Fett in a magazine or a comic magazine or whatever you want to call it. It does predate Star Wars #42, and Comics for Blame was nice enough to send this copy my way. He actually had 2 copies, both at the same grade, kept one for himself, sent the other to me. So major props to Comics for Blame and to Mr. Miracle and to JP's Budget Collecting for the AOK stuff, which I just showed. So very, very cool, guys. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. We have one final AOK that I wanted to make mention of. I had already shown this piece on the Original Art Hour Beyond show with Tony NYC Jr., but you can see it's sitting right there, yeah, back there over my left shoulder. And that was a AOK sent to me by Daymares by the artist Brian Silverbacks. What's going on, Graphic Man in the house? So real quick, I wanted to show that again as well. I got a little image I could put on the screen. So there it is. There's the image. You have the prelim image on the back, and then the final image on the right. This is original art done by the artist Brian Silverbacks. As you can see, you got Mando, Grogu, and the now canceled Cara Dune. And the prelim image was on the back of the main image. And as you can see, the perspective changed between the prelim and the final image. But really cool, full-size, original art piece from Brian Silverbacks that Daymares hooked me up with. And it's a really, really cool image. So shout out to Daymares, and thanks, buddy, for that gift as well. So that's going to do it for the AOK portion of this episode. We're going to move into the next, subcategory of the haul, and that's I usually start these hauls with swag, but I wanted to do AOKs up front. But we're going to go right into swag. Not a ton of swag this episode. I got 2 stickers, both sent to me by the Star Wars Newsnet crew over at the Resistance broadcast. First is this sticker. I don't even know if that's easy to see, but it's got Kylo versus Rey right there, and the Resistance broadcast logo. I don't even know if that's really visible. And then we have another episode 9 sticker from them that they sent me of this one of Palpatine from episode 9, and it says, "I am all the Sith." So those are the 2 swag sticker kind of miscellaneous items for this haul. Not a ton of random kind of stuff like that this episode, but that made it a quick category to get through. So let's get right to the third category, which is comics. All right, diving right into the comics. I already showed you this comic from JP's AOK, so I'm not going to re-show that. But I recently picked up a little bit of a set or a lot from Gorilla Todd. I don't remember which auction it was or which claim sale or any of that specifically, if I'm honest. But of course, he always includes a sticker with his orders that he sends out to folks. But I picked up a lot of action figure variants. You know, those John Tyler Christopher Star Wars action figure variants. So I picked up a few of those from him, got a great price. Honestly, couldn't believe the price I got, especially considering one of them in the lot is kind of a one that people are after, I guess. But anyway, we had this Zuckuss action figure variant, which the Mr. Garrel and Kachung and Hoser guys, they did a whole episode on this, or I think half an episode on this guy. But there's the Zuckuss action figure variant. We also had in that lot, we had the C-3PO action figure variant. Right, C-3PO, love that one. We also had the Chewbacca action figure variant. These are all in pretty decent shape, like probably not 9/8s, but probably not less than 9/4s. But they're just for the PC, for the Star Wars short boxes. And then we had the Han Solo Carbonite Chamber action figure variant. So he's not fully carbonized, if you will, in this. But he's inside the Carbonite Chamber. So Han Solo Carbonite Chamber action figure variant. Let me know in the chat if this angle is okay, because I kind of see that there's some like light glare going on. But that's a cool one. And then this was kind of the one I was after, or the one I'm probably more people are after for these, and that is the Lando Calrissian General Pilot action figure variant right there. So you got the Lando, you got the Han Solo and Carbonite, you got the Chewie, you got the C-3PO, and you got the Zuckuss. So picked all those up from Gorilla Todd. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. The rest of the books I don't think were picked up from community members. They're kind of just from pre-orders or just random buys, if you will. Got a bunch more Star Wars High Republic variants and like secondary printings. So here's a copy of the third printing of Star Wars High Republic #1. Here's a copy of the fourth printing, Star Wars High Republic #1. I think that's as high as the printings have gone so far. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys know. But I think the fourth printing is the highest current printing. Maybe they announced a fifth. I'm not 100% on that. I got picked up two copies of the fourth print right there. Here's Star Wars The High Republic issue #4. This is just the regular Phil Noto A cover. Got picked up two copies of that. So issue #4. Picked up two copies of the variant for Star Wars The High Republic issue #4. Off the top of my head, I don't remember the cover artist, so excuse me for that. Cookie with one of my favorite Star Wars quotes. Hello, what do we have here? Alluding probably because I showed that Lando action figure variant. I already showed this cover on a previous haul. I just love this cover so much that I had to pick up another copy. It's the retail incentive variant for Star Wars The High Republic Adventures #1. So this is the IDW series. Of course, with that awesome Yoda cover. I just think that cover is badass. So picked up another copy of it. Some more multiple copies, I guess, for either PC or potential flipping down the line in case any of these heat up. Star Wars The High Republic #2 A cover. Picked up two more copies of that. That's the first full appearance of Marchion Ro in comics, which is the main leader of the Nile, which is like the new villain group or main villain group in this era of Star Wars The High Republic. So this is his first full appearance in comics. And I was still able to get it for cover price. So I picked up a couple more of those. Picked up the retail incentive as well. Forget who did this cover or what the ratio was. Maybe I think it's 1 in 10. So yeah, there's another copy of #2. Here's two copies of #3. This is just the A cover, Star Wars The High Republic Adventures. JP saying that was a great yoga cover. He meant Yoda. Star Wars. So this is two copies of issue #3, High Republic Adventures, the IDW series. And finally, we have this variant. This is the Ashley Witter variant. I think this is a 1 in 25 or a 1 in 50 This is the Star Wars: The High Republic, the Marvel series, issue number 2. Awesome, beautiful, beautiful Keeve Trennis cover right here by Ashley Witter. And I believe this is I think this is one of the variants that kind of took off or got hot in the aftermarket. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, I want to see Yoda on a cover doing Yoda as well. Sam saying he really likes that High Republic Adventures 2 cover A. I really like it too. It's a great cover, and it's a key as far as I'm concerned. So is number 1, obviously, because he has a cameo appearance, and it's the number 1 issue of that title. But yeah, that's pretty much it on the comic book front. I mean, obviously, High Republic heavy, but also had some of those action figure variants and some of those incentive variants. Yeah, there you go. The Witter variant, it is 1 in 25. Outside of the floppies, I did pick up one Star Wars related trade paperback recently. So I picked up this Marvel Epic Collection of Dark Empire, The New Republic. Of course, these are not considered canon. These, they're considered legends, if you will. But this Marvel Epic Collection collects Star Wars Dark Empire number 1 through 6, Star Wars Dark Empire 2 numbers 1 through 6, Star Wars Empire's End number 1 and 2, Star Wars Handbook number 1 and 3, and material from Star Wars Tales number 8, 11, 16, and 17. So always heard good things about this run, this story. So just wanted to check it out in a trade paperback Epic Collection style format, even though I probably have, access to it digitally or whatever. I wanted to have this potentially for travel, the road, whatever, just, a nice solid chunk of Star Wars comic book reading in my future on this Dark Empire Epic Collection. So that is it for the comic book portion of the program. So I'm going to move right into the next, and we're making good time here. So no magazines or regular style books for this episode. No video games as of late to pick up. No original comic art besides the AOK I already showed from Daymare's, which I think that was an illustration, not a published piece. But it was an awesome piece, and that was an AOK. But we're going to skip to the toys and figures category from here. So getting right into the toys and figures category. Now, I did show, I think, both of these on Simple Simon's channel, which I was on the other night, last Friday night. He had a collectibles show where people were showing mostly non-comic book stuff, toys and collectibles and other sort of miscellaneous kind of collectibles. So I showed these on there, but I had previously shown the Princess Leia Barbie like several episodes ago, because I was dipping my feet into that collaboration between Mattel on the Barbie side and Hasbro on the Star Wars side with that Princess Leia Barbie. Well, I did complete the set, so I picked up this is the Darth Barbie. So as you can see, you got the Vader silhouette here. It's in red and black as opposed to like kind of grayish pink, which is what the Leia one was. And obviously the outfit is more inspired by Darth Vader here in this case. So I added that. And then this is my favorite one, honestly, of the three. This is the R2 Barbie. And you can see the electronic and color elements of the R2 character on his silhouette right here have been pretty strikingly implemented into this Barbie figure right here. So I call this, I guess this is the R2 Barbie. So I have that complete set now from that collaboration between Mattel and Hasbro, Barbie and Star Wars. So, and I got to say that this is probably my favorite one of the three. There's the R2 Barbie, there's the Leia Barbie, and then there's the Darth Vader Barbie. And this is my favorite one, I think. So R2 Barbie for the win. Congrats, R2, for having the best Barbie. Right, yeah, exactly, Darth Barbie. It's probably the weakest one of the three designs, in my opinion. But for whatever reason, once I got two, I just felt compelled to get the third. And I think that Marvel, they make them for Marvel, certain Marvel lines or characters, but I haven't really looked into those. Probably not something I'll go after. Pretty content with just having the Star Wars set. Next up on the toys and figures front, this is a Star Wars vintage collection figure, relatively new release. I think I had to pre-order this one. It is from the Phantom Menace. I posted this to my Instagram already, but anyway, it's from the Phantom Menace, Queen Amidala. So this is in really nice shape. And of course, it's using that old school Kenner kind of trade dress. You know, in the rollout for the vintage collection here. And as you can see, it belongs to this set from Phantom Menace. I don't know if that was even really clear. I was able to upgrade my video stream quality to 1080, by the way. I don't know if you guys noticed the quality better or worse or anything. Yeah, I really like that R2 Barbie. It's so cool, man. Right? The packaging job is just phenomenal on those, like super classy, super high end. But anyway, really happy to get this. I mean, Natalie Portman was my, you know, all-timer celebrity crush growing up. Still is, frankly. Love Natalie Portman as an actress. And love Padme / Queen Amidala from my childhood and just my fandom of Star Wars in general. So had to add this one to my collection. Glad I pre-ordered it so I didn't have to deal with even like remembering that it was coming out type thing, and didn't cost a lot because these are basically reprints. But that said, I mean, Queen Amidala never had this old school Kenner design back in the, you know, late 90s, early 2000s period when the official Hasbro Star Wars Phantom Menace figures were coming out. They weren't doing these Kenner copies for the trade backs back then. So this is the first time really that this character has been presented with this kind of a card back and that old school like vintage Kenner look, even though it's a new figure. So happy to have this Queen Amidala figure in the collection. Now we'll move straight into the pops, which, as you can see over my shoulder over here, back here, I've kind of stacked them up here. And rather than go back there, fumble around, and try to show these one by one, I took some up close photos. Now these are some of the pops that I had bought from JP, like he was saying in the chat 15 months ago or something, and kind of just forgot about, if I'm honest. And then I had to actually bury them in a closet for a minute because I had to make storage and all that. And really, honestly, I'm not a big pop guy, so likely I'll probably end up reselling some of these or maybe giving some of these away. I gave away the Land Speeder Luke large pop that I got from JP in that deal for one of my contests. I think it ended up going to like Aaron, you know, up in Minnesota. But that said, I'm going to show you these pops because I did finally unbox all those pops, and they're all Star Wars related. So let's start with, well, here's just like, here's just the full set that I'm going to show this week. I saved like 4 or 5 of them for whatever the next episode ends up being. Let me take this off the screen as well. There you go. So there you can see there's the set that I'm highlighting this time. It's the R5D4 Maz Kanata Unmasked Vader, the Red Snaggletooth, the Sand Trooper and the Dewback, big one, the 2-pack, and then the Jabba the Hutt, Slave Leia, and Salacious B. Crumb 3-pack. And I've got you know, some more close-ups here. So there's the R5D4 and the Maz Kanata. Looks like the R5D4 was a Smuggler's Bounty exclusive. Then you got the Unmasked Vader and the Red Snaggletooth. Looks like the Red Snaggletooth was also an exclusive of some kind. I can't even fully read the sticker. I think it's the same one, Smuggler's Bounty. Then here's a close-up of the Sand Trooper and Dewback 2-pack. That one, I believe, was a Walmart exclusive. And then finally, here's probably the one that I find personally coolest that I might actually keep this one. We'll see. Jabba the Hutt, Slave Leia, and Salacious B. Crumb. the classic trio from Jabba's Palace and Return of the Jedi. So going back to the group shot. So those are the pops for this episode, for this haul. Not really much else to say about it. If you're into pops, maybe, you can share some information in the chat or the comments below. If you're watching this on the rewind, I have basically no knowledge on the pop front. So I'm literally starting with no knowledge whatsoever. And both Sam and JP say that the Jabba set is definitely the coolest of that group, which pretty much lines up with my assumptions on the matter. So it's good to have that backed up, I guess. So yeah, those are the pops. That pretty much ends the toys and figures component for this episode. And we're going to move into the final component for this episode of the Star Wars Mega Haul show, and that is going to be prints and posters. So I'm not really a huge print guy or poster guy. Obviously, if you watch my channel for long enough, you kind of know where my interests are, mainly original comic art, comics, and now not a lot of miscellaneous kind of Star Wars stuff. But that said, the posters and print side of it have been intriguing me more and more, especially since you don't have to spend as much money to get posters and prints versus OA and graded comics and stuff like that. And every once in a while, I'll see an image that I really like from a print standpoint, and I'm a little bit more open to it now. So the first one, and I don't even know if I'm going to really bother with taking this out, because unfortunately, Sideshow packages their exclusive posters or exclusive prints in these these poster tubes. So I did a little bit of a pre-opening, but I have an image on the screen anyway. So yeah, so this is the way that they package it. So I'm gonna have to flatten the hell out of this, flatten this out. But this was a Sideshow exclusive print of Grogu, Baby Yoda, the child. As you can see, even on the poster tube, they show you what the product is on the inside, which I have mixed feelings about that personally, because I don't know. Anyway, you guys can debate that in the chat or in the comments. But anyway, this was a Sideshow exclusive print, limited to 125. This is number 42 out of 125. And I think I pre-ordered it way back in 2020 at some point. And it finally came in April, literally April of 2021. So it was kind of, I don't know, it wasn't on back order. It had sold out. It had sold out immediately upon order or whatever. And I guess just the manufacturing timing of this, got set back a ways. And it was literally months before I had any sort of indication that the product was being shipped. But hey, finally did get it. So I'm going to share the image on the screen here for you guys. It's that really, really sweet Grogu concept image. Here, I'll remove that text from the screen. But yeah, I mean, I just love the way he looks in that. It's that's one of the concept image promo images that they were using, I think maybe even dating back to season 1, if I'm not mistaken. But I just love especially the way his ears look in this. He's just super, super awesome, super cute. So happy to have one of the 125 limited prints of this particular Grogu image. And I'm not sure how I'm going to flatten it out and present it, or if I'm going to get it framed and put it on the wall or anything like that. But cool to finally have it here and have it in the collection. So yeah, so I wanted to share that as well. And then we will get to the final item, if I can find it here. Hold on. In the prints and posters category. Now, before I show this, and anyone freaks out, this is a reprint movie poster. It's not an original. As much as I like the idea of having an original Star Wars movie poster, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole into vintage movie posters and stuff like that and paying hundreds or thousands of dollars for actual original posters, like first prints or whatever you want to call them, like, you know, from back when those movies were in the theater and coming out. So I'm kind of not messing with that. So this is a movie poster reprint. So let me get that right out of the way off the bat. Sam saying, when I think of Sideshow, you think they only send the prints with their statues. Did not know they sell prints on their own. No, they sell prints on their own all the time. I've never actually bought a statue from Sideshow. I've only bought print. That print, that's like literally the first print I bought from them as well. So, but anyway, this is a movie poster reprint of the Star Wars A New Hope poster, fully framed. I got it from allposters.com. They were doing a sale where they were doing 50% off, like 50, like half off. And they had a Star Wars A New Hope full-size movie poster reprint. Literally, the dimensions of the poster were 24 inches by 36. And then you can get a cheap, like you can add on to the order and get like a cheap wood frame, like not like museum quality glass or any of that bonkers stuff. But basically a cheap wood frame, 24 by 36 poster. I think with the frame size, it's like 26 by 38 or something like that. Like pretty crazy. But anyway, I'm gonna show you this, and then I'll because this is hard to show, honestly. I'll show the digital photo afterwards. And this is still, you know, this is kind of fresh out of the box type thing. I haven't even taken the plastic off, but as you can see, it's like bigger than I am. Like it is massive. Probably gonna put it way back there, you know, like where the Darth Maul painting is right now, because this will be much easier to see from far away than that painting. I'll find another place for that painting, maybe where the McFarlane is right now above my head, and then I'll move the McFarlane somewhere else. But that's McFarlane Infinity Inc., not McFarlane Spider-Man. Tony, if you're watching, just kidding. But yeah, pretty awesome 24 by 36 A New Hope movie poster reprint. Soon to be going up on the wall behind me in the distance. But that's pretty tough to show on camera. So I'm going to show you guys. Here you go. So there on the right, there's the representation of the poster framed, and then there's a little bit of a close-up of the content of the main poster image. Of course, this is a classic poster image from A New Hope, like pretty instantly recognizable. It is cool, Sam. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's a great poster. Lasso's asking, how do you feel about the frame? I've never bought the framed option from them. Was just curious about how you feel about it. So this one is you can definitely tell that it's like a cheaper wood frame. It's not amazing, but then again, they don't charge a lot for that, you know, basic function, that basic frame feature. There's no glass on the front of it. Okay, so you just have to know that the poster, you know, while in the frame, is not behind glass with this cheapest wood frame option. So just bear in mind, if you're thinking that the frame is going to, you know, block out any air or dirt or dust, not necessarily, because it doesn't have, there's no glass in front of it. So it's just the sort of the cheaper wood frame on the outside. But I think it looks pretty good that way. It presents pretty well. What's up, Pat Walls in the house? Good to see you, Pat. JP saying you were totally dabbling in dangerous territory by grabbing a movie poster. Yeah, well, I mean, that cost me, I think with the 50% sale, it cost like $30-something or something. So like if it's a reprint, it's not necessarily dangerous. But that's, I mean, it is what it is. It's a reprint. That thing's been reprinted more times than I'm probably even aware of since 1977. So, but it is a classic image. I would consider maybe getting an Empire one like that and a Return of the Jedi one like that, and then having them like side by side on the wall behind my big screen TV. Like that's, in my head, that's like the ideal scenario where I have the A New Hope, the Empire, and the Jedi, Return of the Jedi original movie posters reprinted 24 by 36, cheap frame, not, you know, one next to the other. You know, I'm not going to be that precious about a reprint poster and keeping the condition perfect and, you know, away from the sun and, you know, behind archival glass or any of that stuff. Nah. If it was the original, like if I was going back and getting a first print, like original Star Wars, New Hope, Empire, Return of the Jedi original movie poster, totally it would either be framed or graded or whatever, because it would be much more of a collectible asset. But for this is purely for display purposes and just to make me happy, I guess, that I picked that up. And it was a great sale that they were doing. So I do suggest at least signing up for the mailing list or something on allposters.com, because every once in a while they'll have like a nice, you know, meaty sale like that you can take advantage of. So yeah, that's pretty much the episode, guys. You know, we had a bunch of AOKs. We had the JP AOK. We had the we had the Mr. Miracle AOK that I wanted to reshow. We had the Comics for Blame AOK that I wanted to reshow, and the Daymares AOK that I wanted to reshow. We had a bunch of comics. We had some Star Wars Barbies and Pops and action figures with the Amidala. I had that one trade. We had, you know, a bunch of comics. And we had the sideshow print and the Star Wars movie poster. And that's going to pretty much call it an episode, guys. So thank you for watching. I want to remind you to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Maybe give me another month or two for whenever the next Star Wars Mega Haul show ends up being. But in the interim, I might be back with like a regular old school comic book haul at some point. In the next few days, we'll see where I can sneak it in. And Pat Wall is scaring me with an OG Star Wars movie poster signed on eBay for $900,000. No thanks. Damn. But other than that, Original Art Hour Beyond episode 2 is a week from today. So that is Monday, April 26th, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on Comic Books NYC. Me, Tony NYC Jr., episode 2 of our new original art show format. Episode 1 was a blast. I thought it went well, and hopefully we can build on it from there. So please tune in to that show and let me know what you think. Would love to hear your feedback on that show, either directly in the comments, during the live chat, whatever you got to do. Appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, for watching and hanging out. And I'll catch you on the next video. Where do I begin? I see the hate, they don't want to see me win. Bank deposits, I got more coming in. Top down, throw the money in a win. I don't want it all. Heard these scammer had to switch up the accounts. Moving paper, gotta call it my account. It's all in, I can have it coming out. Been through the struggle, I can see another drought. Yeah, it's not a purse, it's a merch. 6 figures was a goal, now it's 9 or a hearse. Put it work. Used to pull up, not swerve. No time for the snakes, time to put them in the dirt. That's word. I gotta get it, it's in my DNA. You only see the highlights, don't know what it takes. Last year stressing, got no sleep. Now I'm right between the courts, I don't know bleed. I see the hate.